Hello folks, welcome back into the Let's Look Brad channel. So I stopped by the CNC coin shop this morning and I was trying to pick up some more stuff that I wanted to search through. As y'all know from the last video I had for the 100 dimes that I picked up in Sheridan, I did pick up 100 Mercury Dimes, which you charged me the same price for 100 Mercury Dimes as it was for a mixed of the Rosies and the Mercury is also included in here. So this is from Sheridan, but this is from Casper. So I did pick up a few more things here, but yet to mention we do have 100 100 Mercuries here to search through. So there's multiple varieties in here. Like I say, S over S's, the 1921 Philadelphia, 1921D. Then you're looking for that 1960 or 1916. That's a tough date to get. 1942, but I want to say the 42s are probably pulled out because he did have somebody else there. A lady just brung in like $300 face value of silver dimes. And while I was standing there looking through the boxes and bins and the glass cases and stuff, he had another guy that was only pulling out the 1942. So he's probably looking for the 42 or 41. So I'm pretty sure he hasn't been looking for the 21s and so forth and so on. So these were in the box already that was searched through. So anyhow, I did pick those up. That's nice because he only, like I say, he only charged me a couple of bucks per one. So usually they sell for about $3 to $3.50 a piece or something like that because they're a higher premium on the Mercuries. You know, like say if you got from the last video, you got the Rosies, which are normal 220 or whatever, 22 times face, and then you go into the Mercuries that are usually about $3 a piece, and then you get the Barbers are usually about $4 a piece to $4.20 a piece. So it's nice that he sold me these for the price of the Rosies. Anyhow, I did get a couple more things there. I got two more mint sets there. Actually, these are just two more sets that are put together, and then two of the set here, which is a 1969 mint set, and it came with Philadelphia and the Denver version right here. But he charged me basically for these two and the mint set for 50 bucks, which is great because he had $25 on these. So Philadelphia and the Denver set here, and then you move up here, and I picked up two. Actually, I think that's 64 also. So I picked up two of the 1964, and as you see, it's got a little Whitman, but they're brand spanking new. I try to get the best of the best. He's got him in these plastic sleeves here, so pull this out. But beautiful 64s all the way down through here. So probably going to be to the price of 25 bucks for sure. Actually, you know, if you go and get these graded out, they're probably a few more dollars. You can just turn around and sell these 94s because they're silver base. You're talking about 12 times face is 12 bucks right there just in silver value. And the same thing for the quarter there is going to be almost $7. So that's $19 right there between those. And then the dime and the nickel, so forth, so on. So, you know, the base value, the value of what they're, you know, glistening, nice, high grade coins, they're probably a couple more dollars. So 25 bucks, not a bad deal. And same thing here. I got another 1964 also added on to it. So like I say, I got both of these and the mint set here. He's got $7 on it, and he had 25 on both of these. So for that would have been 57 bucks, but he only charged me 50 for the group. Plus he threw in a couple of the dime holders there for free. But basically, the like I say, I'm super excited having the Mercury. I'm going to hunt through these, see if we get any varieties out of it. I was really hoping, because I stopped by the bank and picked up a nickel box thinking that was going to have a nice nickel hunt coming up, but they're all brand spanking new 2023. And as you see, there's 3 rolls missing because I went through and checked 3 rolls in case there was any errors or varieties in there or blank planchets or whatnot. So didn't find anything. Let's go ahead and jump onto the Mercury Dimes here. I will be searching through these through the scope also to see if there's anything on them, because the proof sets also have errors. Ikes by themselves, you know, in the set themselves would have errors, so forth, so on. So let's get to it and see if we get anything out of here. All right, so I'm moving through the Mercury Dimes pretty good. As you see, I've got them stacked up. I'm putting them all in Philadelphia, Denver in the middle, and San Francisco on the bottom. Got a few San Francisco's falling up. Denver's quite a bit, and then you see the Philadelphia's all the way down here to 1918 is the earliest date I've got so far. But we still got quite a few left. I got a few pieces to show you. So this one here, let me turn it over just to see what the date is again. I think it's a 45, yeah. So 1945 Mercury, and it looked all up and down the obverse, didn't see anything. Flip it over, work down here to the mint mark, and it's an inverted mint mark. Mint mark. So what it means is that it could be inverted. I could be wrong, but basically the bigger that more bald end, the bigger end here, it needs to be down low, and the smaller ones be up top. So it looks inverted. I got a couple pictures showing it on Wexler's guide, showing that it could be inverted, but that's just it looks quite a bit bigger up top there for sure. So looks like it's inverted to me. It may not be, because this right here in the dead center, the portion coming across the top is a little skinnier, but all in all, like I said, that right there is supposed to be at the bottom. The smaller one's supposed to be at the top. So it looks like it to me. Could be wrong, but it, like I say, it will still go in the pile here because it's not really in the high grade. It's just looking through these to get the varieties and get a little more experience on checking through these, see what it looks like compared to what's online in Wexler's Guide, Variety Vista, Double Die, so forth, so on. But got a couple more here. This one right here is pretty crazy. Let's say this is a 43S. Look in the dead center there along the torch there along the axe handle and stuff. It's got some extra silver all the way across there. I had no early idea what it was. I checked it over. You see it's just huge. It's a big clump of it all the way down where it ties into the rim. And it's actually tied into the rim there. And it's protruding off the coin. So it's quite a bit more silver. It's not any additional silver that's taken off of here. It's just laid on top of it. So that's quite interesting. Like I said, I got a hold of a couple of folks, and me and actually Dirty Water Coins and Collectibles were talking about it. Looks like it could have been a pin. Like somebody added additional silver onto it and made it like a little button or a little pin or whatnot. It's definitely a lot additional on there. So that's interesting. But then too, checking, and it does have the what is it? The regular, not the trumpet tail. Yeah, I think it's regular trumpet tail on here. So that's interesting. That's an oddity find for sure. Gonna hold it off to the side. And then back over here to the S mint marks. So the S mint marks also the same thing. You can have a trumpet tail. It's an inverted trumpet tail. So you want to have the trumpet tail down here, and then just it inverted, turned upside down to be a variety. And I want to say this is a 43. Yes, 43S. So you want to get that inverted, the trumpet tail, basically inverted trumpet tail S on these 43s to be a nice little variety. There's a bunch of them. Like I say, if you look at different websites on there, it will show you. Actually, I'll stack this up down here. So 43S, going to go right here. So there's quite a few varieties for each of these throughout. There's micro S, which would be for the 45. You want to make sure you got an itty bitty S on the back instead of a big one. Compare it just to make sure the size difference also. But you'll have, like, say, 45S on there. Now they'll have S over S, D over D, so over mint mark, OMM. So if you're looking them up to check and see if you have them, definitely need to have way better condition ones. These are really tough actually to put up under the scope and have anything. We'll just do this one just to show you. So tore up, pretty scratched up. But what I usually do, come down here to the date. I'll check the date, see if there's any doubling on it. I want to look along the neck, the hairline also. Go to In God We Trust. Pretty destroyed, really tough to see if there's anything going on there. And the majority of them like this, but they're silver. And like I said, I'm going to hold on to it and see what these do. But anyhow, turn it over, checking the same difference on there. All the way around, one dime. There's the mint mark there. Nothing popping out for me. No D over D there. Same thing with dime, not seeing anything, not seeing any doubling of the torch there. And the leaves along. So this is a 37D, if I'm correct, 37D. So I'll just take it and pin it up over here. But mention, you definitely need to have a lot better grade to be able to see the D over Ds. As you saw, that one just needed smushed. Tough for me to call, but anyhow, it's a nice little experience, a nice little, I guess, to gain the experience to look at these coins compared to what's online and see. Reason why I let y'all know, y'all check out those sites if you do have these coins, if you're getting a little deeper, more interested into it. So make sure you check out like Variety Vista, Wexler's Guide, NGC, PCGS, but they'll have pictures on there. Not all the time will they have pictures, but they'll have pictures on there to help you out. Wexler's Guide is pretty good about having pictures per the coin if you have an error, if you think you have a variety on there. So make sure to check that out. And don't forget to go down below and hit that subscribe button. Well, guys and gals, I probably found a pretty good variety here. So, but then you see, we still got quite a few more to go through. But the 1936 here, this has a FS 110 that could be on there. Now, let me click in a couple of times here, get you a little more zoomed in. The FS 110 is doubling for the 1936. You see the doubling on the bottom of the 3, inside of the 3 here. Let me give you a little tilt, see if I can get my finger out the way, but give you a little tilt and show you. A little bit on top of the 9 there, a little bit on top of the 3. There's a little bit on the inside of the 6 right here, outside of the 6 right here. There's actually supposed to be a little portion of a gouge here and a gouge here. I'm not possibly seeing it. It could be there. This thing is worn in. Same identifiers as a FS 110. I check it out also on Coin Information and Coin Talk. But right there above the 3 is supposed to be a little gouge there. And right here above the 9 is supposed to be a little gouge there. So it is an S. It does have the doubling, as you see. You can definitely see it in the middle of the 3 there. So we got a FS 110 for 1936. I'm going to click you out. It's in, I mean, not terrible condition. Scratches and stuff like that. It's not up to par. Still got some of the wings and some of the slit locations there inside of the hair. So, I mean, we got eyes and lips and stuff. It's nice on the obverse. But on the reverse itself, you got a little ding there and a big scratch down by the S there. So, I mean, it's a pretty cool find, actually. Like I said, checking it out, I figured it was going to be something with a small S because that S is kind of tiny. But then I looked, and the only variety they have for it is, like I said, FS 110. And the FS 110, when you're looking on the variety and Coin Talk, is going to be the doubling on this 1936, and then the gouges that are going to be on there. But big time on the 3 and big time on the 6. So that's a pretty interesting find. So we did get a variety out of our search so far. Let's keep moving. Okay, well, the first coin right behind that 1936 pulled up a 1919. Worse for wear, it looks like. So put you up under scope, get you the date there. It's a 1919, but it's a Denver Mint mark. So even in the worst grade, this thing's worth like $7 to $8 in the lowest grade. So definitely a good sign whenever you find one of these and you only paid a couple of bucks for it. So that's actually pretty cool. Nice enough stacking it up too, because I kind of thinking about putting together an album with these. Actually, I'm gonna probably get the other 100 dimes that we had out, search through there and get those Mercury dimes out, add them to it, and probably just slate these in a binder. But that's a cool find. All right, well, the very next coin, we got a 1941 here. I can't find much on it. There is one big telltale sign on this. You can find a DDO for this one. The 1941 can have some doubling in it. It's just too smushed. It almost looks like it's in the belly of the one, the belly of this one, the notch that's up there on the 4. So probably a little bit. There could be doubling that's actually in here. Just this portion is the only thing I'm seeing that might have it. A little thicker, hard to say there. Same thing in God We Trust is really thick, just older. It should be almost wiry and just super thin on this one, but it's really thick and bold. And to let you know, what I found on it was this E on here. You see the doubling inside of the E here. And this is actually elongated. It should be a little shorter, doubling in the E there. The R is actually thicker, the back side of the R. The T is thicker on the top side of the T. It just needs to be like a wiry look, like super thin, but it's all thick all the way through here. So this, I'm just going to just say it's not one, but that E has definite telltale signs of having doubling. But just in case you've got some, make sure you're checking your 1941s. Philadelphia there, I don't think you had anything on the reverse. I checked around it. Yep, nothing on the reverse, but make sure you're checking your 1941. Mercury's also, your Philadelphia is there to see if you have that doubling that's on the obverse. All right, a few more coins in. I have a 1945 up under the scope. So 1945 has the Variety Vista. I want to say has 5 different varieties for doubling on there. This one looks to me to be the 003. The date looks kind of similar to what they have on there. It's not really showing much of doubling on here. The biggest telltale one is going to be the B in Liberty and the I. So let's go over to the B in Liberty. You can see it's got doubling on the back side of the B here. It's got a little notch right here, and it's notched right here. A little indentation right there. So the B doubling in the back. Move it on over here to the I. The I is notched on top there of the I. It's got that little bit of indentation there too. Same thing with the L. The L's got the indentation up here on top of the L. If you switch it over here, I couldn't see anything on the E unless it was these 2 notches on the top there. I guess you can see some doubling right here. Yeah, you can see a little bit of notching there, doubling coming out of that. The R is supposed to be the belly or the inside of the R. There's a little notching right there. That little tine or whatnot is supposed to be an indicator. The T just rough for me to see. Same thing, indicators with the notching. Notching there for the indicator right here too. So it shows on there, it looks almost like the 003 on Variety Vista. So we do have ourselves a 1945 Philadelphia DDO. So that's a cool find. We'll put that up there with the other 3 we got. Keep moving. Got a 1941 up under the scope here. This is going to have a DDO. You can have, so Variety Vista has 2 DDOs on there. This one looks to me to be the 002, which is actually the best one of them. But the 41, I can't really see much on it. It's hard, like I said, the backside of the 9, the backside of the 4, and the 1 would have doubling. You see it's pretty smushed. It's hard to catch anything off of it. The real telltale signs is going to be the Y. See the doubling on the right side of the Y over here. Reason why I got turned over, better lighting. So a little bit of doubling there on the Y. Turn over here, the T is the same way. It's got doubling right here on the side of the T. The R would have it on the back side or in the middle of the R. Not seeing much on it. The E is hard to tell too. Like I said, it's pretty smushed. A little bit of doubling, what would look like right here on the inside of the E. But yeah, that's going to be a tough one to call. Yet again, another one, it's just really beat in. But it's nice to be able to go through and, like I say, just do a little studying, jumping on here and try to check some out. But you'll have doubling in the chin and in the nose and stuff, but not seeing it there. You'll have doubling also in the WA there, the initials, but I'm not seeing it. But yet again, like I said, those 2 are good identifiers for doubling on a 1941. Okay, so I'm talking with Dirty Water Coins and Collectibles about this coin up under the sky. We got a few more stacks, a few more in the stack right here. But the 1942, there's been several of them in here actually. Where are we at? So we got 1942s, I think it is. So 1942s, we got several of them in there. And as mentioned, the shop owner was actually the guy he had working with him was taking them out of the 30 some odd dollar face value or whatever he got of dimes up there. These are some of the ones he threw in the bucket while I was checking a different bucket, so forth, so on. Anyhow, the 1942 over 41 is a big variety. It's a pretty big variety actually. But you see the doubling on the 4. You can see the notching right here, dead middle of the 4. The 2 has something on top here and actually on the bottom. It looks like it's notched back here on this 2. Let me spin you and show you. So spin you over this way. And it looks like it has something on the top side of the 2 as mentioned. And right here at the bottom of the 2 is there something also. Now the 4 is notched as you see there. Now it's tough to say. The 1941 over the 1942 over 41, there's a massive one sitting right here, and the 4 is a big time doubled. I mean, there's no way to miss it. But this one right here, is it poor man's doubling? Now the telltale signs of it would be a thicker I and N in God We Trust. That eye definitely looks thicker. You can see it's almost like notching, or what would be notching on top of the end here is smaller and thicker in the belly of the end. So, I mean, is that a portion of it? Like, is the wee right here? See, the wee looks like it's kind of doubled in there too. It's hard to say, just really tough to say. Now, it gives you identifiers with the L, with the I. So the I is super thick, and it's supposed to be like that, a reference point to it. The B is thick on top with this notching back here, so the B is supposed to be thick on top. The E is hard to tell. It's supposed to be doubled also. I'm really not seeing anything on it. So really tough to call, really tough to say. I mean, if it was a variety of, then 1941 over 42 is huge. But like I say, you'll definitely see the difference. This right here has some doubling on it. It's probably, he's making fun of me right now. I said I almost fell out of the chair whenever I flipped it up and saw those the little asterisks or little reference points on there for the 41. I thought so. That's going to be a big coin if you find it. You'll definitely know the difference. I'll post a little picture up here, and y'all can pause it and see what the 41 over 42. But that's definitely doubling. It's probably just a doubling of the date there. So that's interesting. Anyhow, let's keep moving. Okay, well, no other coins to scare me or jump me out of my seat. But anyhow, we got them all stacked up. Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. San Francisco's on the bottom, as you see. Start back over here. We've got our 1918, which we got 3 of the Philadelphia's there and 1 of the San Francisco. 2 of the 1919 Denver. And as I told you, those, if you pay $3 for them, they're probably $7 to $8 worth is what it's showing online. So, I mean, you get a couple more dollars out of them if you're reaching, but I won't do that. I'm pretty sure I'm going to keep them, load them up in the album. 1920, we jump over to 21 because those are the dates you definitely want to find. 23s, 24s, move over here to the 25 San Francisco with the Philadelphia. Up here with the 26, 27, 28s. Got the 29 there, San Francisco, and 29 Philadelphia. 34s, we see up over, as you see, quite a few years. Move to the 34s, 35s, 36s, all the way back over to the 45. So we got a bunch of Philadelphia's, a bunch of Denver ones, the 45s. They've got some varieties on them. Now, 1916 to 1946, we didn't find any of the 46s. Nor do we find the 17s or 16s here. So they start back at the 16. So make sure if you're catching your album or if you're collecting them without an album, make sure you check your dates through there. Or if not, send me a comment and I'll help you out with them. We did get several finds. As I mentioned, I did hold off that 1942 there. I'm kind of curious a little bit more. I'm going to send some more photos out to some folks and see if I can get it a little more questioned. It's a little odd for me to see that, especially for the 42s we got. And the 42s I've checked in the past is a little different. It might not be anything, but as mentioned, it could be a little bitty variety, kind of like the 1995 poor man's doubling. I mean, you get the poor man's doubling on there, they're still worth some money as long as it's not the big, doubled one, the 1995, which is going to be the date itself doubled. So anyhow, let's go ahead and jump on over to the mint sets there. I'm going to stack these up in the coin rolls that I have here. I went ahead and picked up, well, actually got 4 rolls, 2 of them, like I say, for the other stack that we searched just a couple of days ago, and then 2 additional ones for all the Mercuries. I'm probably going to put these in the book. Cross my fingers I can find one cheaper than an arm and a leg, and going to put these in the book. But let's go ahead and jump on to the mint sets there, see if we get anything out of those. Okay, I went ahead and checked through this is actually a Philadelphia and a Denver set. I didn't know. I just kind of randomly grabbed, which is nice that I've got both a Philadelphia and a Denver set. That's cool to keep together. This right here, I was totally blown away because I forgot. At 69, you can get a $50 out of there, a silver half. So him giving this to me on top for free, or kind of, at $50 for all of them combined, was actually cool because, this right here is probably $6-7 already just in the silver, and coin premium on it is probably a little more. But anyways, check these over here. I didn't have anything in here, but I did go ahead and cut open the other set there. That's going to be the Philadelphia side of it. And I cut it open because I was trying to see the quarter back here. Let me zoom you in a little bit. The quarter back here, but The Wexler's Guide there, if you turn it this way a little bit, you can see it looks like doubling right here, doubling in the leaf, doubling in here. Look, it's going to be what's some doubling inside of the R there. And if you peel it this way, actually, that's not supposed to be there. That's supposed to be some kind of doubling, but that's like a die chip laid right on top of the arrows. This is actually just machine doubling. Just machine doubling. It almost looks like another tip there, but God, what was it? HMR. It was master hub doubling. That's what it is. So just want to show you guys that. So that is actually, it is varietied in the Wexler's Guide as master hub doubling. So to let you know, it is doubling, but I don't think it's actual doubling that you're looking for. And I mean, that's kind of minute, kind of smaller. So really don't want to get that graded. Yeah, so I mean, this one right here definitely wanted to take out it just to see what it looks like. So I don't see very many of the Master Hub doubling ones. Now, the reason why I say it too, because on the front here it looks like it's doubled, but it's just what was stamped. The E right there to me, it was hard for me to see in the plastic too. So it's not, a deal breaker, not a heartbreaker or whatnot if I took it out of there. So just curious to see if there was anything on there. These mint sets, I'm going to try to pick up quite a few more to see if there's anything on them. But yeah, I'm actually blown away about the Mercury Dimes. I think I'm more hooked on Mercury Dimes after doing this hunt. But we got right here, this is going to be on the dime, the 1969 dime here. So on the back of the dime, the only thing I could possibly see is actually some doubling on the R. It's also on the I, if I can get a better, so you can see it on the R, the I, and the B also. So it's actually doubling on there. But that's the only portion of the dime that I could see. No biggie, just me taking a gander because I'm in the trailer by myself and I'm looking around. So, yet again, like I said, I looked through here. There was nothing in these, which, like I said, is nice. We got a silver out of it, which is really awesome. It might come out. It might stay in there. I might just clip it in 4 or 6 right here and take all these coins out, kind of throw them into flip to have them. And if you've ever looked, these right here have been in these flips for a while. And don't think just because you've got a mint set or you got a proof set or whatnot that it doesn't take damage. This has been inside the plastic the whole time. Look at the amount of damage. There's 0 steps. Literally, like you're supposed to have full stare on here. The pillars are all messed up. The building's all torn to pieces. So even in these plastic little sleeves that they have, even sitting inside of the cardboard little case that it comes in, these can get heavily damaged. So a lot of the coin shops actually take them and they'll clip out each section and they'll sell each coin by itself. They'll leave it in the plastic section here, then they'll put it into a Mylar flip and they'll sell you this 1 coin a piece. But anyhow, it was a cool hunt. Like I said, the Merc Dimes there were pretty awesome. I did, like I say, search through all the pennies and whatnot. I'm going to flip these up, just keep them in the flip. They're really nice. So, as per mentioned, the Merc Dimes were awesome. Everything else on top was just a bonus. So, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be hitting some more Mercury Dimes here for too long, especially if I get up to Sheridan. That's an 1.5-hour drive from where I'm at. Casper is a 2-hour drive. So, anyhow, I might give a shout out on Friday afternoon if I'm not doing anything at all. Maybe if you guys are watching, if y'all are close to the Casper area, Colonial Coins, crossing fingers, he's back in town. He was doing a coin show yesterday and today in Texas, and he's going to be going somewhere else on Monday and Tuesday for another coin show for a couple of days, and he'll be back midweek next week. Crossing fingers he gets back in. He's got some phenomenal deals over there. But like I say, Saturday of next week, like I say, if he's in, if you guys, one of you guys, or however many of you guys meet me up at the coin shop there, I'll go ahead and buy you a silver round just to see if you guys will pop in and see me there. But anyhow, hopefully you guys like the video. Hopefully I'm bringing some more in. Hopefully I'll get a circulated box of nickels too to do. But anyhow, it was a good hunt. Make sure to tap that like button, you guys. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't, and I will see you on the next video.